So in the second session, we're going to be looking at a lot more customization as well as a complete new redesign. But we should do some housekeeping first, of course. If you're joining us from fresh, this is building a photo website from scratch using the SmugMug kind of environment as our building platform. And in this first session, we kind of went through very, very slowly in a very set pattern, all the understanding about how the structure of the website works, including basic layout and the organization of folders, galleries, and pages as well. Okay, so before we kick off, we're going to be creating some pages. So let's go ahead and do that first because we need to create that ready. So as we talked about on the end of the last session, let's click into Organize. And now within this environment, we can either click into Pages, and I would say if you're working fresh, and you're looking to hide stuff behind the scenes, so in other words, you've got a live site, then we could actually work with new pages, new developments, new kind of things in the background so that the full site can be working, updated fully, and then we're just actually making things a little bit live as we go along. So let's create some pages first, yeah? So we need to create a web page. And then we can decide on how we want it to look. Well, the first things first, there's some really great features on here if you like them, if you want something pre-designed and everything else with it. So in other words, the pricing section and this list, I absolutely love. So we're going to use this for our team. And just as we did before, just for now, we'll just copy and paste in that top there. And we'll just click on create, and that's basically done. All right. It's ready here for us to fill in. But for now, we can basically just go in, meet our team, and then the lorem ipsum would be there, as you can see already. And then obviously it would be Mark Cleghorn, and then it would be Debbie Cleghorn. And then it would be Laura Edmund, etc. I'm not going to waste your time by actually filling that in, but then we just put that little bit of blurb. They're photographed by the side here, and we've got the basics of a page ready to go. Let's go back into Organize again. Do you remember? I'm just kind of showing you the quickest way for you to remember where things are. Back into Pages once more from either this environment here or from the left hand side. We're going to click Create, and we're going to go to a web page again. This time we're going to go back into Pricing, but we're going to click onto the thumbnails, and we're going to click on Create, and this is going to be our art. Let's call it Boudoir Archery. And just once more. So by having the pages built, we've got some form of navigation that we can kind of go through with, yeah? So if you look onto here, our products and services, we can change the name of this, so it would be wall art. And then we just go into photos I choose photographs. And then if we've got a boudoir products page with pictures in, we can basically go and show those straight away, and they'll actually appear. It takes 4 in this design. So let's go back in and click in another one. So boudoir products, clicking in once more. There we go. So we've got our 4 products, bit of blurb below, and then we'd actually complete it with another 4 products and so on and so on. The only negative to do with this, it basically sets out 10 elements, but in fact it is a really quick way to get really nice simple design, and you can even use this multiple times across the website as well if you're looking for a style, theme, and so on with it. In fact, just I noticed here, in fact, I bet these images are CMYK and not RGB images, because I know that's black and white, and I know that's black and white, and that looks a bit cyan-y. And if you upload a CMYK based image into an RGB environment, which websites are, then basically you're going to get some funny colors. So make sure your images are RGB before you upload, or if you've done it by mistake and they look weird, double check them in Photoshop, re-upload them and overwrite them, as it were. Okay, back into organize again. So back into pages, and we want to create a new web page again. So that would be, let's do a custom, or let's do the profile, and we'll just do book now. Copy and paste that again. So we've got nice simple URLs as well. I'm just going to press done to this so we can move on. And back into organize once more, and then pages, create web page, and let's use the pricing again for our reviews. Copy and paste it. As I mentioned to you before, one of the lovely things about SmugMug, you'll find it's all repetitive designing and everything else with it. So you can see this is that price design again in the setup. So we've got 10 products, but in this case, it could be, you know, Jenny Roberts or Jenny R. Bit of blurb what they said, perhaps a photograph from her shoot. Let's just do that as well. And you can see it's already kind of designed. Kelsey D. Done. And please, please, please remember, though, to go back and change your lorem ipsum to real words, yeah, because that looks terrible. It just take that bit of design. We're just working through this fast for now. So let's go back into organize once more and back into pages. So we've got our reviews, book now, our boudoir, our team, our facts we should create. Let's just do that with a custom. In fact, I lied. Let's go back and create a web page. And once more, we'll do that pricing one. So our FAQs. And notice when I've created it, it kind of hangs fire ready to actually start again. Remember on any of these, because it doesn't have a title page, if you on the right hand side here on just this page, if you just hit that minus sign, that collapses all the information that we've got here already. And because it's a pre-designed web page, it's going to obviously look full. So then we can just go down and title, we'll just drag the title to the top. Our FAQs, whether it's left hand side or centralization, everything can be controlled in here. Okay, just going to press done. The only thing we need then, I think, is a gift certificate. Create web page. We'll go to custom. And this is our gift certificates. Make sure it's spelled right. SmugMug does have a spell check, which is absolutely essential. I'd also put in the metadata here straight away. Vouchers, gift, boudoir, portrait, experience. Okay, just habit that would be, but as a rule we just copied and paste it. We haven't set a feature image for now, but if we do want to, wherever your images are stored, then you can basically go and select on the one, and then it's basically done. There we go. This is blank, ready for us to go. So in this case, you can see now on this page, there's really not much there at all. There is this breadcrumb, which I don't personally like on the website, so I usually delete those straight away. So if there is a breadcrumb visible, then we want to get rid of it no matter what. But we'll come back at a future stage and we'll kind of populate this with gift vouchers and everything else within things. So for now, though, if we just press done, what we've got is organize. We've basically got in our pages, our gift certificate, we've got our facts, reviews, book now, our boudoir, our team. And of course, we've already got that one page that we created, which was about our boudoir. Yes. If we've created a page, so this is the page that we created, and at the top here, it says about. If we want to change this URL to match in with the others, our something, we can go into settings from either the page design like we're in, or we can do it in just the settings element. So I can go in and change in the page settings here, or from within the organized mode and things really. So if I just lose that word about there, and I lose the about here, you'll notice down here in SmugMug, the first part of the URL needs to start with a capital unless that's changed. All right, so make sure you have a capital A, otherwise it will adjust it for you. But you can see here, I can adjust the URL fully myself, even if it automatically creates one. We've basically got that done. And then if we go to about our boudoir, because that was a page we referenced, it still goes there. So even though I changed the URL, we're still going to a designated point. I touched on that in session 1. Okay, so we're pretty much on the realm of, now trying to make it really customizable and doing what we want it to do and things. What is our plan now? The first thing that I would say is this the site that we want it to be? All right, there's some housework to do first. So if we go into custom design, the first thing I would say before we did anything else is we go into design settings and we give it a name. So this is boudoir. And I would keep the actual SmugMug name as it were. Why? Because at least if you flick back and forth, you've got some reference them. At this point, because it's in free trial, I can't switch the SmugMug header off. Yes, it's off by default, I should say. And then I can switch it on by clicking on the side. It's in a mini footer at the bottom of the website anyway. We can't lose powered by SmugMug. That's got to be there, and that's just centered. We will be clicking on independent homepage soon, okay? But while we're here, we should really look at the favicon, which is the little graphic that is in the head of the URL tab. So if we click onto this, and then we go into our logo images, and we click onto this image, we press done. Press done, save again, and when we've pressed done now, it's going to make the adjustment. So at the top of the tab, I'm not sure if you saw that, but it's come up now with the pink logo compared to the old one, which was the little SmugMug here. While we're here a minute, we can also see that when we set up the test site, that it's not really coming up with the correct name. It's actually chose my name as the kind of the name here. So it's actually running as markcleghorn.smugmug.com, but in fact, that's not going to be what we want. So if we go into the account settings, yes, and you can see already that we have the site URL here at the top, which is Mark Cleghorn. We want this to be F4 boudoir. Okay, that's what we want it to be. And we want to change the actual domain as well with it and things really. But that's the site URL. We will also be able to custom domain it. So if I was to own the F4 boudoir or F4 boudoir photographer, basically it would actually associate itself. You just need to do a little bit of referencing. SmugMug will help you on the heroes to do that as well. And then all we've got to do is click on save. And then it's going to go, okay, sorry, but your nickname can only have letters and so on. So what it's saying is that gap is not allowed. So just press save. And sorry, but new email values don't match. So something's going on there, but this is the test account that we set up for it, of course, and things really. So all we've got to do is make sure that the verified new email is the old email, in fact, as well. Just going to press save, and it's done. So it just got its knickers in a twist because I'm not sure if that's a British saying or not. I do apologise if it means anything else in some foreign land, but it means getting a bit confused, yeah? But F4 Boudoir Photographer, it thought I was creating a new email address for it. So that's where it kind of got a bit confused. But basically, it just did what we wanted to. It's just changed the URL to F4 Boudoir. And if we kind of go back into site mode now, and we save and continue, if it won't allow you to do it, just get rid of that part and just go back into site. With that email address in there, it thinks you want to save a new email address. That's why we just deleted it. So you can see now at the top here, we do have the new name, which is now the Boudoir Photographer, F4 Boudoir .smugmug.com. But remember, if we owned f4boudoir.com, then that could actually be applied to this site and so on with it. And if you're techie, or you've got techies who help you out with these things, if you've got a variety of URLs and you can get them to all point to the same place, then obviously everything would be redirected. So if I had a .co.uk, a .co, a .org, whatever it would be in association with .com, then we could all post. But if you don't have one at present, you can. If you were going to run a business and you didn't want to actually pay for your own domain, while you're using SmugMug here, f4boudoir.smugmug.com is yours as soon as you pay the subscription. But obviously that will expire when you don't take it anymore and things really. Okay, so before we get into the full customization, we built a basic design because we kind of chose this look and feel. But if we go into the customized design here and we go into design settings, we change the name, as you can see. Okay, we did everything that we want. We are going to get back to this independent homepage. What that means, do you remember the scrolling website that we use as our demonstration site? That this is the only thing I get from SmugMug to use as a demonstration site. Okay, so you can jump back and forth between f4prophotography.smugmug.com. That is what they give me to actually just basically demonstrate with, but all the other URLs I pay for. It's just a good kind of demo. So we're going to be getting to this kind of design very soon. And that is where we're going to use the independent homepage. So the homepage here has different look and feel compared to when we click into the design itself. So what we're actually wanting to do now, if we cancel that, press done, discard changes because we didn't do anything. We want to click on these three dots. And at this point, we want to actually select a new site design. So if you remembered, we just changed the name of the Jasper. It usually says My Jasper, current file, website, whatever it would be, yeah? But we gave it the name Boudoir Jasper Design. I want to actually go down and click on Zoe. And Zoe is the one that we just saw in the other demonstration site. Okay, so at this point, if I choose this design, I can either publish it now or go and do some customization to it first and save those settings in the background so it won't really affect the site that is running. Okay, so in other words, if I click on customize now, this is the home page. So if we were looking at what we had, let me just go back to site. Oh, it's under the F4 Boudoir now. That's how good it is. Look how quickly they changed that. F4 Boudoir. There we go. Okay, so this is the site we had. So we can see some navigation. We had a carousel. So straight away, if I was looking to mimic that, let me just delete that front part. Yes. we're going to come down, we're going to go to photos, we're going to click on carousel, we're going to drag our carousel above. We're not going to give it a name, we're just going to say gallery, choose the gallery, homepage photographs, pressing done. That gives us the carousel images. We can set a height, size change, whatever it would be. We've already got some of the navigation here, but we're going to just press controls. We're going to put loop images, randomize images, navigation arrows are off because this is the home page, and the basic mode and things really, that's okay, done. Now in the navigation, straight away, we can do what? We click onto links, we go to home. We don't need home, we discussed that in the last section. So we went our boudoir. And where are we going to do? Page I choose the page. We know our boudoir is there already. Open link in new tab, yes, because we don't want the client to close us down. So that's okay. Back in links, we're going to delete the browser is going to be our boudoir art. Boudoir art. Page I choose the page. This case is in pages. We go into our boudoir art, pressing done. We want that to go on, of course. Remember, on the front page, I don't want them to shut the main URL down. From there on, it'll be a different thing altogether. So then it would be our reviews. Page, choose page, pages, our reviews, done. Back again, click on another one. This would be our galleries. It could be styles, it could be anything you want. That doesn't want me to put in an apostrophe. Page I choose the page. Remember, the benefit of using the page is if you decide at any stage that, oh, we haven't got one there a minute, have we? Boudoir facts, we didn't create it. So let's click on another one for now. We'll just use the our team one. In fact, I lied. Let's go backward and just choose our boudoir again because we haven't created a page. However, if we had another tab running to do with this site, look and behold, we do. We can go into organize. We can go into pages. We can create a web page. Let's do it custom for now. And our galleries is what I want. So next, our galleries. I thought we created one of those. Let's copy that again. I'm just going to press done. As soon as it's published, it's done. Yeah. And go to here again. So now I can go to the pages again. Now we can go to our galleries. New one of those, click in there, press in plus. So you can see why we took that little bit of time on putting those the pages together first, because now we can complete pretty much all the navigation before we do anything else. So, and the last one would be our gift certificates or vouchers, whatever you prefer. Choose the page. Our certificates. The only thing we didn't do is our team, isn't it? Done on. Let me just, did I do our team? No, let's do it. So let's click on plus. Our team. Choose the page. And you can see how easy that is because we kind of put them all together in the same folder there. Right, so if I want to move our team up, I literally just grab it and I can move it up. So what order do we want them on? I would say the book now is going to be on the right hand side. our galleries, our reviews, I would keep that there. Our gifts, that's pretty much good. So it starts off with our boudoir art, our team, our reviews, our galleries, our gift certificates, and book now. If you were an independent, you're a sole trader, work by yourself, or you're a very small company with almost no team, instead of our, you might want to change it to, say, my, yeah? Gives a similar thing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the front page to the layout, and we're going to go to, instead of the fixed size, we're going to go into stretchy, and this will make it fit the whole page. And in here, we're going to move the navigation below. Remember, when it's in red, yes, it's going to basically need an entire site move. So I'm going to put this below the logo here. So basically, we've got this kind of running. Then I can come back onto here, click back onto the home page, and then it's showing everything that we've got. As far as the theme is concerned, we can see we've got the Smug Mug Dark. If you click onto the Smug Mug themes and you like Smug Mug Light, then you can just click on the Smug Mug Light. So you can see how easy that is. Because we haven't done any real customization to text or fonts or anything else, it basically will naturally just change things up. But of course, you can create your own colors. So you can actually go into colors and choose anything you want. If you like pinks and lights, you know, as I said, you can choose your own look and even give it its own name as well with it. What else we're going to do? So as far as the entire site is concerned, as far as the logo here, do we want that in or not? That's really down to you. Remember, we replaced it with a logo before, didn't we? So if we click into this and we lose the name, we go into image, we go to our logos, we select our logo, pressing done, resize to fit. Let's go 100 pixels. That's going to be the size there. Original shape, and so on and so on. Left, done. Okay, so at this stage, we've created a new theme to the image. So if we just press done now, we have completely transformed the front page and all our navigation and so on with it. At this point, it's a good idea to remember to save it with the design name or whatever you want to do and things really. What I would say is there's a lot of real estate wastage kind of going on up here. So I would actually customize the design and kind of, we're working up on the entire site. So what are we trying to do? Let's go into the sizing of it. The container width is going to be, say, 20% of the actual site. And then what I can do is go and move it to the side. What we want this one to be now, as far as the size, in this little triangle, you click into here and you want to change this to, say, 75%. Or more with it. Let's go to 80%. We've almost got all of these kind of links just on that one line and things really, which is pretty good. If we went to 90%, and the top margin is down to whatever we want to do. So if we went to 50 pixels, it's kind of narrowing this down, 25 pixels. It's just pushing it further and further up towards the heading, yeah? In that case, if we go to the logo and we do exactly the same thing, we go the top margin is 10 pixels, bottom margin is 10 pixels. Now you can see the changes that we've got there. Now the benefit is because we made the alteration here in real estate, now we can bring it below. And now we've actually kind of condensed the real estate down. In the same way, let's pick on the triangle. and you go, okay, how much is the real estate? Let's go 10 pixels, and it's kind of pushing it up and up more all the time with it. At this case now, once we're done, do we want all of these things over to the right hand side, or do we want to click on here again and we just go, instead of right alignment, we can centralize the design, and that comes into the middle of the page. Okay, so remember what we worked on there was we chose a logo instead of the text, but we can change that back anytime we want by deleting this image and putting the text back in here. We then looked at the triangle for how much of the dimensions it was going to be padded through. Yes, and it's kind of kept its 100% on the top. The benefit at this point of putting the navigation below the actual padding, the container width as it were, is that at any stage I could put another photograph by the side of here, which might be a special offer or information on interest-free credit or whatever it would be and things. So by separating these off, we know how it's going to work and collapse in the likes of a mobile device and things. And I'd always encourage you again to make sure that you're viewing everything on a phone, not just collapsing the web URL page down, as it were, to actually see what it's like in front of you on a screen, but physically look onto your smart device at the same time. So let's hit done, and we can either save for later, or we can actually publish now. If we save for later, we can come back and apply those at any time. If we don't want to make the changes, and then we just discard it and it's gone. Okay, so if in doubt, you save for later on. Publish now. So we've created ourselves a very, very quick new look and feel to our web design. This goes off along the top because it's site-wide. All of these links basically work. So they're working all the time. But you can see, because it's site-wide at this point, every time we click onto one of these links, it keeps the page before and it opens up a new tab. Now, what I was saying to you before was that really what we want that to happen with is from the front page. So when we're having the independent homepage, this is how we want the navigation to work. This is how I want the navigation to work, I should say, not we. How I want the navigation to work. However, whilst we don't have a independent homepage, we're going to go into Customize Design. We're going to click onto the links, and at this point, yes, we're going to switch off each one of the tabs that says open a new tab. I know it's a little bit slow because we'd already done it. However, when we get to the scrolling front page in the next session, we're going to make these a completely independent navigation from the actual front page itself and things really. Okay, so again, what we just did in all of these, we set ourselves where they weren't going to actually open up an independent tab. So we press done, we basically do publish now. If I just shut down these for one moment and I go back to this page, because I haven't refreshed it, when I click on these, it will open up a new tab. All right. If I refresh this page and then I click onto it, it will shut down the page behind. Okay. So remember, that's what we're trying to appease here. So what we've basically just done is we've got good navigation going on. We've got links to the independent pages that we want. And from here now, if we wanted to go to our galleries, yes, but we didn't want them to be on a page, if we go to Customize Design and we click back onto the navigation bar, we go to links and we go to galleries. If we want to page our choose, I'm going to click off that. I'm going to choose page. If we come into the images and portfolio, technically that is classed as a page. All right. So if I just went to the classic and press done, and I press done on here, publish, instead of going to the page galleries, it goes to a physical gallery. And this is where all of the images are here. Now, it's only showing by, because when I'm in owner view, yes, which we're in because we're customizing it, even if we've set the gallery not to be bought from, basically it's still an option for us if we want to buy in things. Okay, so in this case, we're doing what we want to do. If they click on an image, then we'll go and kind of see this now in a minute. But before I do that, do you remember I was saying about the thumbnails or the breadcrumb I don't like? If we go into customize designs here, it's giving me an option. Do I want to change all galleries or make this gallery custom? In this case, it's going to be make this gallery custom. Pressing yes. And we can change anything to do with the look and the feel. So in other words, if we wanted to change it into thumbnail view, if we like the idea, SmugMug Classic is running down the left-hand side for thumbnails and a big image on the right-hand side. Journal I really like because they're stacked images on the ascent down, but those can look quite big. I would say that the thumbnail view is a pretty good starting point to get an idea of what it looks like. As far as the information, do we want any? Well, we don't want information to do with the client in case there's a client information on that, so we can switch that off straight away. As far as the breadcrumb, that's that kind of thing we're showing. I want that off, so we're going to click that to off, even though you don't see it here now. All right. And then do I want the aspect to be 1:1, blah, blah, blah. We'll just keep it to square for now. I quite like that. Photo size is small, which is good. And the info styling is off as well with it. If you get stuck, you can reset to defaults at any stage and then basically hit done. And if we press done now, we've got ourselves into the information. So if we, first of all, just log ourselves out now. So we'll log out. We'll click back onto the logo, which is home. This is our new front page. We've got navigation to go to the different pages now. We can go back and forth at any stage. We've got a book now button, but that's not going anywhere at present. Before we finish, we'll kind of just go back and fix that. This goes to the galleries. If they come in and they click on an image, it goes full screen. Remember, this is where you can determine how big an image can be viewed by setting in the gallery settings like we did in session 1. So if we need to log back in just to go in and change that thing, we come down to the bottom. We log in as the owner. And let's say in the settings here, we want to make sure the photo protection, that this is just going to be, say, for iPhone 6. Going to press save. So when we click on those images, that's going to minimize the actual size. We were also going to do something else. Oh, a book now page. So we're going to press, so that's done. Let's go back to the home page. We don't need to go there, do we? Customize design, Mark Clegg1, behave yourself. Into the navigation. As far as the book now is concerned, I thought we did that one. Book now goes to the book now page. Pressing done. Was there somewhere on the front page? Oh, let's go into the book now page. I can't remember what I was showing that didn't work. Oh, it was our boudoir. And so let's go to customize design. Oh, we're only human, you know. Clicking on the book now. We've already got it. And so book your boudoir session now. And size, style, color, alignment, link to browse page, choose design, choose the page, clicking back into pages, click into book now page, pressing done, open link in new. I will do that one, in fact, because I don't want to shut this down by mistake. I'm just going to press done. At that point, we've just corrected what was a dummy link beforehand. So from here, we've got a better looking front page with a carousel in colors that we like. We've got links that all work across the top from our boudoir page. We've also now got a book your boudoir session now link that now works. We just need to go in and actually change all the information, the text and everything else to where we want it to be. Before we customize all these though, in session 3, we're going to work on the scrolling front page.